DJ
BandClap.
You're in the mix with the DJ always banging the real hip hop. DJ
BandClap.
First time that I saw your voice, it was a warm and sunny day. All I know is I wanted you. I really hoped you looked my way. Then you smiled at me so warm and sweet, I could not speak. You make me feel like a little girl. What did you do to me? Now what am I supposed to do? Want me to do in the world? But how can I want you for so long when I'm already someone's girl? I guess I'll see you next lifetime. No hard feelings. I guess I'll see you next lifetime. I'm gonna be there.
I got something on my back that I need to get off, baby. The world's been nuts. Just the other day I had to reprimand a grown up. Who am I to act this way? Well, sugar, I'm the boss lady, busy handling and managing. But oh, when I get next to you, baby, ain't nobody gonna be there but me and you. I can't wait, baby. I've been working so hard and so long. I need you to come home. I do.
Damn, the street was crazy from the get-go. Neither one of us knew why. We didn't build nothing overnight, 'cause a love like this takes some time. People swore it off as a phase, said we can't see that. Now from top to bottom, they see that we did that. It's so true that we've been through it. We got real shit. See, baby, we've been too strong for too long, and I can't be without you, baby. And I'll be waiting up until you get home, 'cause I can't sleep without you, baby. Anybody who's ever loved you knows just what I feel. Too hard to fake it, nothing can replace it. Call the radio if you just can't be without you, baby. Yeah. I got a question for you. We already know the answer. Still, I wanna ask you, would you lie? No. Make me cry? No. Do something behind my back and then try to cover it up? Well, neither would I, baby. My love is only deep enough. I'll be faithful, so for real. And with us, you'll always know the deal. We've been too strong for too long, and I can't be without you, baby. Oh, and I'll be waiting up until you get home, 'cause I can't sleep without you, baby. If anybody who's ever loved you knows just what I feel. Too hard to fake it, nothing can replace it. Call the radio if you just can't be without you, baby.
I've been going through some things, feeling all kind of hectic in my space. We all running the same race, different pace. I'm staring monsters in their face. You'd be so proud. Money made, bills to be paid, like each and everybody. But baby, I'm me, and I need you. Ooh, when I get next to you, baby, ain't nobody gonna be there but me and you. I can't wait, baby.
Yo. Check. Can y'all hear me? Check. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear a brother. Check. Coming a little low. Wow. Check. Yo. Okay, that sounds good. Hold on. Okay. What's up, y'all? When I tell you I've been having issues all freaking day, I'm supposed to been live. Like almost 3 hours ago. But it's like I've been running into like literally every single obstacle known to man while I'm trying to go live. If you're a patron that's listening to this, don't worry. I'm having some issues with my laptop as far as uploading goes, but the video is finished and y'all got a special treat in y'all's video. So please forgive me. It's not my fault. I've just been trying to do as much as I can in the midst of everything that's going on right now. Everybody and their mama going live right now. Shout out to Melanie the Spirit Doula. Shout out to her. I was trying to go live like way earlier, but things just didn't go right. Shout out to Flight Boss. I think he's live right now, so shout out to Dolo the Pilot Man. Shout out to Flight Boss. And I think that's all. Okay, so this is going to be a continuation of the video that I dropped that YouTube took it down, and it was about what I call it. It was called relationship. Let me see what the name of that video was that YouTube took it down. It was called relationship retrospection in Taurus season. It was called relationship retrospection in Taurus season. So I know when I dropped that video the last time, a lot of people didn't get a chance to look at it. So this is just a continuation of that. And it's a continuation of that experiment that I've been doing for these past few days in regards to the energy that is present right now. A lot of us right now are doing a lot of reflecting. That was a big thing. That was a big thing that was in this week's forecast, talking about reflecting, observing, and stuff like that. So in the spirit of reflection and in the spirit of observing different things in your life as far as what got you to the plateau that you got to, and also what are some things that if you would have refrained or abstained from these different things or these type of relationships or being in this type of environment, you might have been even farther. You might have reached your plateau a lot sooner or whatever. And we know that with us and the type of knowledge that we should have, at least in this stage. We know that everything happens for a reason. And most of the things that we go through, especially the things that we go through that means a lot to us, whether it's good or bad, it's because we chose, before we even came here to earth, we chose the different situations, different turning point things, and stuff like that. We chose to experience those type of things because we created those really sometimes it's traumatic in a good way, sometimes it's traumatic in a bad way, but either way, these experiences and these relationships and stuff like that, they were put into our path to remind us, because a lot of times it's these tower moments that happen that you really start to think in your mind like, yo, I really need to change, or maybe where I'm at right now isn't where I'm supposed to be. Like a lot of times, unless you go through something real bad, especially since we're talking about Oya and we're talking about Scorpio, a lot of times change don't happen unless something extremely traumatic, something extremely crazy happens in your life. And that's like the turning point that makes you be like, you know what, I need to change. So whatever situation in your life that it took for you to get to that realization, this is what I want to cover today. And I want to do it in the realm of relationships, but this can be opportunities, this could be partnerships, this could be business opportunities. This can cover a lot of different things, but for right now, I've only tested it on relationships and other different types of opportunities in that type of realm. So let me see. We got 6 people in the chat. Roll call. Who's all here? What's up, Sun Goddess? Who's all in the building? I want to make sure that I got full participation with this, because not only does this help you all if it's accurate, but this helps me as well, because this is something that I've been testing with the people that I've been giving readings to these last few days, and the results have been very interesting in a good way. It's been very interesting, so I want to extend this out to you all, and I want to see, does anybody want to stand up to the challenge to see is this correct as far as with your particular natal chart, and what we're trying to investigate, if you will, because the Scorpio is about investigation and exposing and stuff like that. What's good, Victoria? Victoria the Christ. What is good with you? So as far as with this, these 3 things that we're going to be investigating right now. So this is how I did it with my chart, and like I said, I want to see how is this going to work with you all. What's good, Erica Rain? What's poppin', Sister Lloyd? What's good with you? So this is how I did it with my chart. This is how I did it with my chart, as far as how I broke this down. So like I said, this can be this can be about opportunities. This doesn't necessarily has to be about relationships, but as far as in my chart, this taught me a lot about the different relationships that I was in, the reason why they did or did not work out, and also about as far as my future relationship, what pool do I need to pick from when it comes to those type of those people in regards to your own natal chart. So this is in regards to your own natal chart. So this is how I did with mine. Let me pull mine back up. Let me pull my chart up here. And it should be, there it is. Okay. So here's my chart, and this is how I did it. This is how I did it. So as you can see, you got the 3 fire signs, right? You got the 3 fire signs. You got Aries, you got Sagittarius, and you got Leo. All right. So the Sagittarius, wherever, so the Sagittarius, it represents the ones that got away. When we're talking about relationships. Okay, so Erica, you'll be first. Okay, so Erica's first. Make sure you read the 3 things that I would need from you. You've already did the payment, so make sure that you read all the things that I would need from you. Okay, so we got Sagittarius. For me, this represents the ones that got away. And with me, this is where a lot of shadow work comes in at, because these are opportunities and or relationships, and these were out of my control, why they didn't work. And it had something to do with Sagittarius. It had something to do with that house. These were the one that got away either because of travel, moving from place to place, moving from school to school. There was a lot of ones that got away in my life, as far as girls in school that I wish I could have got with. But when I went from elementary school to middle school, I went to a different middle school than where everybody else went. And then I went to a performing arts high school. So a lot of the people that I went to school with in elementary school, and even in middle school, it's like every time I would go to a different school, it would be something that's different from what I was supposed to enter into, which means that I got a different environment, a different set of rules, a different set of people that I got to get to know. And as a child, that can really pile a lot of things up. A lot of things can pile up in this one that got away. And a lot of times, too much baggage in this one that got away, too much baggage there would have you, it'll be hard for you to give your all in a relationship, because instead of you thinking about the being in the moment in the relationship, you're thinking about, what if I have to go all of a sudden, or what if you got to travel, or what if our religious beliefs change, or or whatever, you know. So with me, my Sagittarius is in my 4th house. So Sagittarius is in my 4th house, which means that a lot of the reasons why a lot of the ones that got away was because of my strict upbringing. You know, I was just very, very kind of not sheltered, not super sheltered, but as far as the other black kids in the neighborhood, I was very sheltered when it comes to them. So there was a lot of relationships that I could have got in, but I had to wait till I left home in order for me to really be able to explore that type of thing. So there was a lot of ones that got away, but you know, it was for those type of reasons. So now let's talk about Aries. So Aries, what's up, Straight Panther? So Aries, that represents the Pambagira in this experiment. You know, Aries, you know, this kind of represents you know, relationships that involved a lot of passion, you know, fucking at first sight, you know, a lot of one night stands, a lot of situations where if you get with a person, if you have a person in this category, a lot of times the relationship, whether it was destructive or constructive, it helped you spiritually in some type of way. You know, it gave you some type of a lesson. It gave you some type of a spiritual lesson in some type of way. So that's what Aries is going to represent in this situation, in this experiment. So with me, Aries is in my 8th house. Aries is in my 8th house, you know, which means that when it comes to the Oyas, that are out there, when it comes to them, I'm like Shango to them. Extremely curious, you know, and if I didn't have no type of spiritual guidance, if I didn't have a strong father in my life to really drill the importance of not getting these women pregnant and all of these type of things, if I didn't have that strong father in my life, I would have succumbed to a lot of crazy women with good poom poom that look good, you know, but they batshit crazy and they got some good poom poom, you know. So again, so with this, I don't have a lot of women in this category right here. But I've had a lot of friends. I've had a lot of people in my life. I've had a lot of people in my life who pretty much I was able to look at this Aries in the 8th house through their eyes. And, you know, I'm able to see the mistakes that they made. I'm able to see the mistakes that they made. And, you know, looking at the mistakes that they made, it transforms my thinking. Because I got Scorpio in my 3rd house. So it looking at other people go through different things and seeing how they got through it. You know, this is something that helps me as far as investigating and researching when it comes to those type of things. So Aries, again, Sagittarius, Obatala and Shango, my Saturn is in my 5th house. So when it comes to that type of energy, I've been taught as a child. How valuable my seed is, and I've been knowing about this from my mom and my dad, so they taught me how valuable my seed is. So I wasn't out here, thinking that in order for me to be a man, I got to have sex with a whole bunch of women and stuff like that, in order for me to transform, in order for me to be a man. Now, I got Mercury in Taurus in my 8th house, so with that, I can use the wisdom that I've learned, from my limited experience in this particular department, as well as the experiences of the collective, that's went through this as well. So this is why I'm able to communicate. Even to, some of the most, I guess, hardcore people, 8th house type of people. I'm able to talk some sense into that house, even though I haven't myself engaged in a lot of those activities. You got people that wherever their Aries is placed at in that regard, they have a whole lot of baggage in that part. They got a whole lot of baggage in that part. Trinice, you're number 2. Trinice, you're number 2. All right. You're number 2. Trinice. Okay. All right. So you got that. So now we got the 11th house. We got Leo. And then another thing too about this Aries, because as you can see, Aries is where your ascendant is supposed to be. My ascendant is in Virgo. My mom's moon sign is in Virgo as well. So it was my mom, and her example that really, really helped me to not, to not go as deep in that Aries that I could have. That's another thing, because I didn't want to disrespect my parents. I didn't want to disrespect my mom. I didn't want to disrespect my dad. Bringing those type of trouble, bringing that type of trouble to their house. So that's another thing. What's up, Gabby the Goddess? So now we got Leo. This is Oshun. This is the version of Oshun. This is the baby Oshun that all she wants to do is help. I'm that friend that always just wants to help. I always just wants to see your heart smile. That's Leo. That's the type of friend that I can be to people. And this also represents the friend zone. So wherever Leo is at, that represents the friend zone. So for me, the 11th house, I'm a life path 11. Leo is in my 11th house, and as you can see, Jupiter is there. These are very, very powerful soul family connections that I'm making in this. Every time I link up with a Leo moon, Every time I link up with somebody who got strong Leo energy in their chart, you know, we become good friends. We become really good friends, and they become an extremely valuable help for me. Now, when we talk about relationships, you know, this is the nobody else is going to tell you this, but wherever Leo is at in your chart, in a lot of cases, that's where you put people in the friend zone at. And when you're looking for that relationship that's going to be built to last, and you're mature and you understand, you know, what it is that you really need. If you knew what was best for you, you would go to the friend zone house and get some people in that house if you want to be in a relationship, especially a high vibrational relationship where you're more of a equal, you know, or not equal, but you're more balanced. You know, this is where very high vibrational, very magical, and very balanced relationships can start from, you know. And this is something, even when you listen to your grandparents and you listen to some people that you know that's been married for a long time, either this was somebody that was the one that got away and they found them and they were still interested in them, or you know, this was somebody that they've known or they've been friends with for a while, you know. So when we're talking about our spiritual journey, a lot of times the people, the Aries, the people who represent wherever Aries is at, a lot of times these are your soulmates. You know, a lot of times the ones that got away could be karmic partners. And in a lot of cases, wherever Leo is at, you know, that's where your potential twin flame could be. Potential, you know. So we got two people. I've laid down the groundwork. So we got two people, and they want to see how this will work for them. So let's see what we got. We got Erica, Sister Rain. Erica Rain. I don't know why every time I see your name, I think about Eliza Rain. Erica, do you know who Eliza Rain is? She's future baby mama. She's a Haitian sister, real banging body, dark skin. And every time I see Rain, I think about Eliza Rain. All right. So Erica, so Sagittarius is in your 11th house. You say Sagittarius is in your 11th house. So you've had a lot of so with this, when we're talking about the one that got away, or even the opportunities that got away, with it being in the 11th house, these are the ones that got away in your friend zone. You know, these are the ones that got away. These were people that you might have been friends with for a long time, but due to either you not being in the right place, whether that's spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, or they're not in the right place physically, spiritually, emotionally, you know, that's the reason why y'all couldn't be together. But if things were aligned the way they were supposed to, you would have had some very, very some very enlightening relationships in this house position. So you let me know in the chat if that's correct as far as with you. And with this and with your ninth house being in Libra, you balancing, the more you balance out, you live a enlightened life of balance. You learn more about yourself in a higher type of way. So you got Leo in the 7th house. So this is funny. So you got a lot of ones that got away. So these were probably people that you were in groups with, group involvement. People that you were around a certain group for a period of time, and then you had to leave and go somewhere else. So with Leo, so now you got Leo in the 7th house. Where is what is your I'm trying to think. You got Aries in the 2nd house, and then you said Leo in the 7th. So what is in Libra? Did you tell me? I think you did tell me. Your 9th house. Okay. So your 9th house is in Libra. So that's the two. So these are the two things that you're that you're balancing out. These are the two things that you're gonna be balancing out. Wait, let me go back. I might be. No, I'm not doing that. Yeah. So that's what you're balancing out. You're balancing out your enlightenment with following your heart in a way. Those are the two things. Those are the two things that you're balancing out with that Libra in the 9th house. And then when we talk about the friend zone, so you got some people, and this is also the best way that you can, the best way that you would be the most satisfied, or the most, you will be the most happy in, as far as in a love space. You would be most satisfied in a relationship where you're literally a helpmate for somebody. Literally, that's what Leo in the 7th house is. Someone marrying that woman that was that cheerleader for them, that woman that all they wanted to do was help, and don't put these type of people in the friend zone when you know good and well that these could be the type of people that you could be in a relationship with. But again, Leo, there's a lot of humbleness that comes with this, especially if you're a woman that's used to being dominant all the time. You know, this could be something that's a little foreign in a way. And then you got Aries in the second house, which means that you learned a lot about your value system. You learned a lot about your self-worth. You learned a lot when it comes to self-esteem. You learned a lot with those one night stand situations. Those relationships that, they were very passionate at first, but they didn't last long. Every time you had a situation like that, and you go back and now you're reflecting over that, you're realizing how with this particular situation, how it you got in that situation either because your self-esteem was low, so you got to do some shadow work, and you got to realize that all of these things happen for a reason, and with this Aries in the second house, this is you not only getting to know yourself on a spiritual level, on a individual type of level, but this is you learning how to love your individuality, and stuff like that. Wait, let me see. Even though, oh, okay, I got you. All right, Erica, I appreciate you. All right, so let me know in the chat. Oh, Cancer is in your 7th house. Oh, okay. So yeah, so even with that, even with you having Cancer in your 7th house, this is you being a mother-like figure in your relationships, or it all depends on how strong of a mother figure that you had, and you're gonna be that type of person. You're gonna be that type of person in your relationship. You're gonna be because you said something about Leo. Oh, so you didn't have Leo in the 7th house. You had Cancer. So where is Leo at? So where is Leo at? See, y'all over here messing me up. Y'all gonna say correction. Erica, where is Leo at then? If that's not the case. Cause now I want to know, cause Leo is the friend zone. Oh, you don't have a Leo. I gotta look at your chart. I gotta look back at your chart and see. So even if this is the case, because where does it show? Well, you probably won't be able to tell me that. But yeah, so even if this is the case, with this Cancer, so with Cancer in your 7th house, you're gonna be you're gonna have like a mother-like aura in your relationships, the single mother, and that's what you are right now, So now we are going to Trinice. All right, so Trinice, I need you to write everything out again in the exact way, with the corrections and all of that stuff, because it's getting a little confusing. So I need you to type where Leo, Aries, and Sag is at in your chart. And you also need to know what signs are in your 1st, 5th, and 9th houses. Nah, it doesn't suck. It doesn't suck. Especially if you find, especially if a man is attracted to you that need that energy, if somebody attracts themselves to you and they need that energy, then that'll be something good. It all depends. It all depends. So Trinice, are you here? Where you at, Trinice? Sister Lloyd. Now I saw you said 1st house in Aries. You said 1st house in Aries, meaning that you had a lot of fatal attractions because of how you look. Somebody with a Aries ascendant, because that's where Aries is supposed to be. So that means that your ascendant is just more magnified. It's more magnified. So just like with Erica, with it in her 2nd house. So with you, let me go ahead and, because I don't like doing it now. Okay, cool. Shout out to K. Shout out to K. You'll be number 3 if you would like to. You'll be number 3. Let me pull up my 12 houses right here so I won't be freestyling. Okay. So I got the 12 houses and they are... Okay. Where are my 12 houses at? Okay, here it is. All right. Okay. So Trinice, with this Aries in the 1st house, so this means that every time that you got into a one night stand, or you got into one of those relationships where there was a lot of passion involved and stuff like that, but they didn't work out. But it taught you something that helped you to propel on your journey. It taught you some things about self-awareness. It taught you some things about some things about your personality. They taught you things about how to be more self-aware. Self-image, how you project yourself to others, and self-expression, and with those relationships that didn't last that long, with the relationships that didn't last that long, but it taught you these things, and now you're seeing how you are negatively being affected. Maybe you got into some relationships that messed up your personality. It made you want to mask your identity. Maybe you were in relationships that didn't work out because you were so beautiful, and when you got into a relationship with old dude there were certain things he didn't want you to wear no more. You know, certain things he didn't want you to do no more. It was certain places, you know, certain places that you want to do a outer self-expression, like the club and Instagram and all of that. You might have got with some dudes that, you know, didn't want you to participate in those things, which led to you, which led to you, you know, modifying your self-image as it's projected to others, you know, modifying it. So if you feel like this is what happened, when you got into those relationships, now you know where your shadow work needs to be, because at the end of the day, these were nothing but soulmates, that was supposed to, their lessons and their wisdom from their experiences is supposed to propel you in your journey, not stagnate you. I appreciate that, Erica Rain. Okay. So now you said you got Cancer in your 5th house. You know, Cancer in your 5th house, and you got Leo. So you got Leo in your 6th house, Sagittarius in your 9th house. So with you, you had a lot of relationships that got away, you know, because of, you just wasn't ready. You know, the searching for higher meaning, the search for meaning, you know. This talks about you getting into a lot of potential relationships that could have worked out. Either you was too young, they were too young, you know, higher education, you know, maybe y'all moved different places, y'all went to different schools, you know, travel, stuff like that, mind expansion. You might have linked back up with them just to find out that their mind haven't expanded past, you know, high school. And you like, damn, you know, we could have been, you know, you start singing that song about how we could have been, you know. But these, depending on how many relationships, in this house, you might have to do some shadow work, because you have to believe in yourself. You know, you have to believe in yourself. You have to look at yourself and your journey as the place marker. You can't look at, you know, how it seems like you're just vibrating so much higher than all of your past relationships and all of your past, you know, people that you used to be around, and feel like you're doing something wrong. You know, and if you feel like that, then this is where your shadow work is going to be at. That's where your shadow work is going to be at. So Leo in the 6th house, you are, when you're in a work environment, you know, we actually like this being issues. We like Leo in the 6th house, you know, because this is someone who puts their heart in their work. You know, this is someone who puts their heart in their work. They put their heart in self-improving. You know, they put their heart in work routines and health and nutrition and duties, employment. You know, they put their heart in their job. And, you know, I could see why you being this type of person, you know, you could have some work, some people that you work with that admire you. You got some people that work with you and they admire you. And some of these might be some men, and they might be like, damn, like if she can work this good, if she can be this, excited and enthusiastic, I wonder how she would be as a mom. I wonder how she would be as a wife. I need a wife. I need a wife with that type of enthusiasm. And we start to think about, okay, if she can work like this with this job, imagine how enthusiastic she would be if I can get her to work under my program. How the productivity would be. So you might have some people wherever you're working at. This is the reason why I always talk about learning who you are, so you can figure out why you chose to come here. Why you chose to come here, and what kind of work are you supposed to be doing? With you, that's very important, since your heart is in your work. You don't want to be working for this matrix and your heart is in that work. You're no use to us. You giving all your energy and all your time and effort to the white man, making him more rich. So that's one of the places in your work, when you start doing your work, that real spiritual work, and you become the Oshun Queen Yalorde, that's where you're gonna most likely find your ideal mate at. Now, quite naturally, you might want to put you might put these people in the friend zone. These might you might have some friends here, and y'all might be real cool, but just know these are the pool of people that when you're looking for a real relationship that's gonna last, this is the pool of prospects that you need to go to in this 6th house. All right. So let me know if I hit anything on the head. Let me know, Sister Trinice, and Kay, Sister Maynard. If you would like to participate, since you donated, I appreciate you. And you can put your information in if you would like to. So Trinice, let me know if I was correct about the things that I was saying with your particular chart, or with your particular placements. Because like I said, this is just something that I'm just looking into it. I need to figure out how to get my last name off. Oh, what you mean? Are you talking about getting your last name off of CashApp? Or where are you trying to get your name off, your last name off? I need to figure out how to get my last name off. Where are you trying to get your name off? Oh, off of CashApp. I don't know if you can do that, actually. I don't know if you can do that. You might can. I forgot how I changed my name. Oh yeah, you actually can. Just edit name. Yes, all of these were on point. Hey, I appreciate it. That actually that's actually giving me some motivation. definitely giving me some motivation. Every time I get a download, something that'll make my readings better, I always like to test it out first. So your first house is in Gemini. I like women who got a Gemini ascendant, because y'all be sounding like y'all be over here sounding like a freaking what's that girl that was with Dr. Dre and she had that real childlike voice? I forgot her name, but she was the lady that came out after Straight Outta Compton came out, and she was airing out Dr. Dre, saying that he was abusing her. But she had this real childlike voice. Like, even as an older woman, she still got this childlike voice. Every time I meet a woman with a Gemini ascendant, they could be like an older woman, but they got this childlike disposition about them that's real funny. Like, especially when they start talking, you know. So Miss Chalet, yeah, Miss Chalet, that's who it is. Yeah, you got the Miss Chalet going on. Okay, so first house in Gemini, fifth in Libra, and ninth in Aquarius. All right, so Kendra M, where is Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius in your chart? Picking on my voice. Yup. I knew it. And don't be a life path 6. Woo! Don't be a life path 6 with a voice like that, because that alone, it gives you like a divine feminine aura along with that voice. So you be over here sounding like what's that girl? What's that lady who sing I just got to be free. Yeah. Free. Like you be over here sounding like her. Life path 3, I was close. So you like to play around. That life path 3, that's the essence of the baby issue. You know, very creative, extremely creative. Okay, so what is in Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius in your natal chart? So Sag, Sun, what house is it in though? What house is your what house is it in? I need to know that information. And if I figure anything else out, I may do another one of these live readings. Okay, so Sag is in your 6th house. So you've worked with a lot of people that were the ones that got away. You know? And probably because you switched jobs. You was on a search for meaning. So maybe you was working at a job, but it was kind of like something temporary. So you didn't invest a whole lot into that job. But you know, you was looked at as a very you know, you was very mature. I don't know if you was like a manager, if you were like a manager at some of these jobs or whatever. But on the job, you were like a yimbo. You know, you were like a because they say that Obatala can be man or woman. It just represents purity, you know, and intelligence. So you were very intelligent at your job. You didn't really cause no trouble or nothing like that. I don't know if you work around people who may be mentally challenged or something like that. Just throwing it out there. Less fortunate people who are less fortunate. Or these might have been some people that were a part of this job or sixth house, that were a part of your self-improvement, people that were a part of your health and nutrition and duties, that could have been a really, really enlightening relationship if things were just different. Maybe the fact that it was something on your job, it was somebody on your job, maybe that was the true reason why you didn't want to explore that relationship. Maybe it was because it was somebody that you was working with. Because I've had situations like that where I like this girl, but it was too risky trying to get with her on the job. So I waited until I got another job, then I ended up getting with her. So let me know, Kendra, if this was your situation as far as with the Sagittarius in the sixth house, and with your ninth house in Aquarius, this is you. The reason why you went on a search for meaning, higher education, mind expansion, philosophy, and you got Aquarius here. You got Shango. I'm always a lead. I never stay long enough for management. Wow, you're always a lead. I knew it. It had something to do. I knew it had something to do with that. But you never stay long enough for management. I knew it, because you always moving. See, this is gonna be the situation where you're always gonna be traveling from place to place at. With me, my Sagittarius is in my fourth house. So when it comes to home, I'm always going from place to place. There's no one place that I can call home. With you, it's like that with your job. And a lot of times with this one that got away, a lot of times we're so focused, we can't realize that it was the one that got away until we start doing really deep introspection on our lives and stuff like that. So you got Aries in the 11th house. So this is you. Aries in the 11th house. A lot of, so since you're not in a group, since you're not in a group for long, you don't take, you may not look at having a one night stand with a coworker so bad. This is you having one night stands with people that's supposed to stay in the friend zone, and either you burnt that bridge, or whatever outcome, because it's 11. So whatever outcome that happened, this was something that propelled you on your journey. And literally, since you got Aquarius in your ninth house, literally, this propelled you on your journey. You over here bumping and grinding. You over here bumping and grinding with people that's supposed to stay in the friend zone. And that's how you got a lot of your enlightenment at. Every time you dip into that pot, a tower moment happens. 9/11. Every time, you know, you take your Aries self and dip into that 11th house pot, you know, a learning situation happens too, you know. Curiosity kills the cat. Curiosity, you know, that's something big. And all of these things in some type of way help to stimulate, you know, help to mature your mindset, your thinking, your learning. You learn a lot from these things, and this is what you're going to be communicating. So that's why shadow work is so important. So let me know. So you said Leo in the 3rd house. So again, you know, this is, you got some like-minded people. You know, this is like-minded people. This is you being in an area where everybody got a mindset. Everybody got a mindset that they take to heart, you know, and they speak it, they write it, they learn it, they communicate it. This is having a Oshun mindset. This is someone who has a Oshun mindset, you know. So the people that you meet, and with Leo, you know, you may not have a lot of people who got the same mindset. They got the same harmonious type of mindset that you have. You know, you might not have a lot of people. So with Leo, you know, you might have a few in this house. You might have 3 people in this house. But if you got a man that's in this house, and you calling him your soul brother, you know, and he got all of the mindset, the thinking, the speaking, writing, communicating, he got all of that that Shango, and you know, he might not have some other aesthetics that you might like, that you might not like, or you know, he might have some other aesthetics that may not be to your liking, you know, because you know Oshun, she can be real picky sometimes. Let me see. Make sure you check out Melanie video. She's touching on DMX. It touched on what you were speaking about. Oh, okay, that's dope. That's dope. Okay, I definitely will. And I'm glad that she's you know, putting herself in the ring, or not in the ring, but you know, she's adding her 2 cents. You know, she's adding her information along with this, you know. I still go back from time to time and go back and listen to that DMX live stream that I did. Like that stream, I've been going and watching people in the manosphere, and they're starting to make videos, and it's like, you know, all the stuff that a lot of people saying now. You know, when I dropped my video on April the 6th, I think I touched on a lot of those things, especially talking about the mother's love. That was one of the most heartfelt things that I feel like I've done. Just breaking down, you know, next to the podcast that I did about Ayazan. You know, I damn near, well, I did bust out and start crying when I did that podcast, because that was, you know, talking about my grandmother, and she just passed. So and we know, and I always talk about the grandmama. You know, we all got a grandmother, and you know, some black families are lucky enough to say that they had a grandmama, you know, that grandmama that you can cry on, and you can go over her house and you ain't even got to explain nothing. You know, she got you some food ready. You know, you can get anything that you need to get off your chest. You can get it off, and you don't got to worry about grandmama telling your mama. You don't got to worry about grandmama gossiping out in the streets and telling your information and stuff like that. You know, you don't have to worry about that with grandmama. You know, you don't got to worry about that. So, you know, shout out to Melanie. You know, so let me see. True about the friend zone, because I didn't understand why I couldn't just be friends with benefits. Yep. That's how it is. You know, Aries in the 11th house. You know, that's, or Leo in the 3rd house. That's what that is. Yeah. So if you find somebody and they got that Shango mindset, you better cuff them. You better cuff them and quit trying to put those type of dudes in the friend zone, knowing that that's what you need. See the Aquarius, that's the intelligent Shango. See, you got Aries, which is more like the Shango, that's the heartthrob. You know, he's the ladies' man. You know, he can be a ladies' man with the Aries and the Aquarius. The Aquarius, you know, that's more of the version of Shango that's slow to anger. He's all about justice and truth. He's a prophet. You know, he done studied under Obatala, so he knows all the Odus, and he knows all of the Ifa. He knows all about Ifa. You know, he's a Ifa priest and all of that. But there was a lot of things that he had to leave alone and abstain from for him to get to where he's at. You know, so he might be a person that used to be a player back in the day. He used to have care about swag and all of that stuff back in the day. But you know, once he found Obatala, his father, you know, once he found God and he started on this new journey to change his life, you know, he might have a different disposition than the, I would say, Tupac version of Shango. You know, and a lot of women with these Oshun energy in their chart, a lot of times you would look over the intelligent Shango. You would keep him in the friend zone while, you know, wasting your beauty, you know, trying to get with the immature womanizer Shango. You know, the version that is going to have some kids with you and leave. You know, you don't want to be that woman that gets with that version of Shango. So it's good that you got Leo in your 3rd house, because, you know, this is you having a Oshun mindset, which means that the guy that you need to be looking at, you know, he's gonna have a intelligent Shango mindset, you know. So you know, shout out to you, Kendra. Let me know if that touched on, you know, if I touched on some things that were accurate. Let me see. So yeah, you know, 5th house in Libra, And again, this is balance. This is balance. I just explained that. Balance. 5th house in Libra, you know, which means that when it comes to relationships, you have that Oshun type of choice. You got that choice. You know, do you want to be with the Shango, you know, that's hot-headed? He got a temper, but he's the ladies' man. He's the party man. He's the popular guy. You know, he's like the Tupac. He still got that rebel in him, but he's mature. He's immature. You know, he ain't put under no guidance. You got that Shango versus the more tamer, not tamer, but the more calmer. Yeah, that's the word. The more calmer version of Shango. You know, that's the Aquarius Shango. He's more intellect driven. You know, he's more sapiosexual. You know, than the Aries Shango. You can take him home the first night, you know, and y'all over there getting it in. You know, that touched on it. I think when we did my Everything is Everything, my birth time was wrong. So this clarifies. Okay. When it comes to relationships, it's not. Yeah, probably because, you know, you have a irresistible type of complex in your mind that no man is worthy of you. You know, again, a lot of during this full moon, a lot of things are being exposed. So we're even learning about what things that we need to change in our own life, in our own mindset. You know, my 3rd house is in Scorpio, so a lot about my mindset. You know, I've been in deep reflection. I've been in deep retrospection. You know, to the point where, you know, I damn near broke down a couple days ago, because it was this realization that I found out, even in my life, you know, with me being a Gemini with a Virgo moon, my mom being a Scorpio with a Virgo moon, just like P. Diddy. And I didn't even correlate those two until this full moon happened, you know, and Oya was just showing me about, you know, how things could have been between me and my mom, you know, because my mom, just like me, my mom is extremely talented. Like, she's extremely talented. You know, she went to college to be a nurse. She can cook extremely well. She's always had a talent to sing. Just like how I always had a talent for music. She played the clarinet in school. She was an artist. Like, she could draw. Like, she used to draw a lot of my, you know, projects and stuff before my teachers caught on. So with me having this Sagittarius in my 4th house, it could have been a whole lot worse, because it could have been situations to where, like what Diddy did, where Diddy, you know, he sacrificed other people. Well, I'm not gonna say he sacrificed other people, but other people fail for Diddy to rise. I'm gonna say that other people fail. Other people that was close to him, you know, fail for him to rise. You know, and we knew if Biggie would have stayed alive, number one, Diddy, he probably would have been exposed a long time ago. And Biggie would have ended up being bigger than Diddy. You know, he would have ended up being bigger than Diddy. But, you know, due to what happened, and I talked about in its entirety what really happened during that day that Biggie died. I talked about that in the Patreon version of my Beyond the Grave series, and I might bring that back. Whitney been coming through heavy, so I might talk about Whitney real soon. Wait, can y'all still hear me? Can y'all still hear me? Let me see. Not before the teachers caught on. I broke down a couple, realized that it was about, oh yeah. Okay. So, my mom, she had the same choice, back in the day that Diddy had, you know, she had the same choice to follow her dreams and be a cook, you know, be a chef at a prestigious restaurant, you know, cause that's what she was doing. Like when my mom and dad first got together, you know, that's what she was trying to do. And she was singing on the side too. But I didn't really realize, or Oya didn't really, like show it to me in full HD. She didn't show me until now in full HD what all my mom had to sacrifice in order for me to just be in front of y'all right now. You know? And also, how important, you know, how important my father's stability in my life was. You know, that's another thing, because I could have all the talent and all the spiritual gifts and wisdom from my mom, but if I don't have masculine guidance from a divine masculine Obatala of a man, you know, all that other stuff would be non-existent. So literally my mom is like the opposite. She's like the opposite of Diddy. You know, that's why I talk about my mom a lot. That's why, you know, I send a lot of positive energy and stuff like that to my mom, because I understand, I fully understand, and my dad too, because I understand the sacrifices that had to be made. And you know, and this is the reason why I don't have any kids. You know, being honest, that's why I don't got no kids, because I'm not trying to keep that going. I'm not trying to keep that going. You know, I want to be able to make sure. I want to be able to make sure that when I do have kids and stuff like that, you know, that I'm not out here, you know, out here looking crazy, because, you know, due to what I showed y'all with my 4th house in Sagittarius, I've had a lot of guidance on what not to do. You know, I've had a lot of guidance on what not to do. So if I end up falling into a situation that I know I'm not supposed to partake in or whatever, it was something that I can't blame nobody else for, because I know better. You know, and that's what this time right now is showing a lot of us. You know, showing a lot of us about those situations. You know, right now we're gonna be thankful. We're gonna be thankful because of a lot of situations that could have went left, but they didn't. And you know, you might get some encounters from some of your helpers. Some of your spiritual helpers might come through and be like, yo, you remember that time you almost hit that car and that would have burnt a huge hole in your pocket and all of that if the accident would have happened. The reason why it didn't happen was because, you know, you didn't see me, but, you know, I kind of stepped in the way, and you know, I turned your wheels to the point where you was able to swerve right, or whatever. You know, whatever. You know, you might be getting some encounters. Some of y'all might be getting some encounters with that. You know? So, if nobody else wants to get a live reading, I'll be doing a live reading with the cards very soon. I just wanted to try this out just for today. So for the few people who was able to participate, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all for the donations and all of that. I always get a lot of love when I go live, and I understand why I'm not getting a lot of viewers now, because you know, a lot of people that listen to me are we're all scattered. We're all scattered right now, trying to get this information. So if there be nobody else, I appreciate all of y'all. And like I said, you know, y'all help me out a lot. You know, y'all really do. Y'all help me out a whole lot. Because in the words of the baby SU, I just be doing stuff. And y'all are the ones that let me know, like, yo, you should keep doing this. You know, you should keep doing that. And it helps a lot. You know, it helps a lot. So, yeah. So y'all, oh, what's up, Charlotte? Was you here the whole time, or you just got here? Cause if there be no one else, I'm gonna get on up out of here. So it was a really, really dope stream, and just got here. So since you just got here, I'm gonna ask you, would you like to participate in this natal chart experiment that I have going on? So right now we are looking at our Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries, and we're judging how our relationships, you know, how our relationships helped us on our spiritual journey, whether they were Sagittarius, meaning the ones that got away, you know, due to mind expansion, philosophy, religion, journeys, travel, you know, y'all just outgrew each other. Or B, Aries. You know, Aries represents the flings, the one night stands, the relationships that you know, these were the relationships with soulmates. You know, this is the Eep situation. You know, relationships with soulmates that, whether they ended abruptly in a bad way or in a good way, you know, these taught you something about you know, self-awareness. It taught you something about your personality, or what you need to change about your personality. It taught you something about how you appear to others, you know, and these are all things, self-expression, outer expression, you know, these are all things that propelled you towards your journey, you know. So the Aries a lot of times these represent the soulmate, wherever Aries is at in your chart. Then we got the friend zone. That's Leo. So wherever Leo is at in your chart, in a lot of cases, this represents the people who you will put in the friend zone. And if you're looking for a real long-lasting relationship, a lot of times it'll be the people in this house that you would have, you know, some of the longest type of relationships, some of the most balanced relationship. So that's what I've been doing. So if you wanted to participate, let me know, because I'm about to get on up out of here. Hopefully I was able to shed some light. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, you're a double Leo. That's what's up. You a double. Okay. Wow. Wow. That's big. That's big right there. Very, very powerful. You know, very heart driven. Very heart driven. But what house? Well, I was gonna say what house. Well, like I said, I'm probably finna get on up out of here. All right, y'all. Charlotte, if you would like for me to do that with you, you know, I may be able to help you out because we're friends on Instagram. We're friends on Instagram. We gonna fight Tori the Christ. I'm gonna see you in the upper room, Victoria Christ. We gonna I'm gonna see you in the upper room. But so Charlotte, if you would like for me to do this for you, just hit me up on Instagram. Since we're already friends on Instagram. And no matter what, like I always say, you gotta stay shining. You got to.
You're in the mix with the DJ always banging the real hip hop. DJ BandClap.
It's 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop top, cruising the streets. Oh yeah, I got a real pretty little thing that's waiting for me. I pull up, anticipating good love.